remember that Let's Get Real is a show for guys. Women, y'all got your stuff together. Y'all high emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
You say the right things. You're communicative. You look great. You look fantastic.
Always.
Guys, we're just lost. And one of the areas where we're lost is figuring out what we really, really want.
Yeah, that's the truth.
You know, I mentioned this earlier, and I probably over-index on this, but it's worth saying out loud. Ikigai. Ikigai. It's a Japanese term that means purpose in life. And for the longest time in my life, when I was working here at Cox, I would ask myself, is this my purpose? Like, is running 102.5 The Bone what God wants for me? And then when I left this and I had a podcast consulting and podcast coaching business, and I was starting to learn digital marketing, every of these digital marketer gurus were like, you're not selling people, you're serving. And it really confused me because I was like, serving? What is helping somebody start a podcast? Like, come on. Like, and this is 2017, 2016, where people are still like, what's a podcast? So I was like, and I would try to configure it in my mind. I'd be like, well, I'm serving people because I'm teaching them to be authentic and talking to the microphone and all stuff. And I was trying to convince myself of something, but it wasn't until I think I do, and I mean this in a lot of sincerity, this was a pretty powerful moment the first weekend of March when I had the idea to do this show. And it kind of came like God was like, all right, I'm just going to tell you a whole bunch of stuff at once here, so get ready. But this show, in the world of Ikigai, which is something you're good at, something you're passionate about, something the world needs, and something that people will pay you for. It's the Venn diagram of those four things. And I do believe, though I'm not making any money with the show yet, it's coming. But I do think as I start to look at all this is that once I got really clear on maybe even the component of what the world needs, it got really clear really quick. Now, when I look at it through the lens of Ikigai or whatever purpose, however you want to frame it, like I genuinely think we do a radio show, and I'm not trying to be overly altruistic, but we've gotten feedback so far in a very short amount of time, people saying, hey, man, you really helped me that one day when you were talking about X. Mm-hmm. Like that came to me this week when I've shared a lot recently about my dad as to how much that has helped another person. So I feel like when you, back to the conversation of, hey, let's just figure out what the hell we really, really want, is that there is a moment, there's a part of this for all of us. It doesn't matter if you're in construction or you're working in a cubicle, is as you start to figure out what is my purpose as it relates to helping other humans. Then it starts to get really clear. And look, I'm not saying it's easy to figure out because I struggled with that for so long. I questioned it. Like I said, when I was a program director of 102.5 and 97X, I was like, man, what am I doing? You're rock concerts and trying to keep Cowhead and Bubba from killing each other. Like that was my job.
Yeah.
I was like, how is that helping me?
I can't imagine how stressful that was.
I don't even want to get into it. But then I was just like, and then it was like, all right, well, now I'm a digital marketing coach. Great. So I got crazy entrepreneurs who are yelling at me who don't understand their own value. Well, and again, I would twist it up like, what? I'm helping this person figure out their own value so they can serve others, which is fine. And there's definitely an element to that. But it's like,
you didn't feel it, huh?
I didn't feel, it's still my day job.
Yeah.
And I still get a ton of satisfaction from all the coaching that I do. And I do enjoy it. I'm really, really good at email marketing. If you need an email marketing coach or consultant, I'm your guy. I'm not that expensive, but I will charge you money. But saying all that to say is that as you start to figure out how you can serve your fellow man, how you can serve other humans, there's a clarity that comes with that.
I really agree. And I used to think it was really hard to find purpose, especially because I felt like, before last year, I didn't think life had a purpose. I thought this was all meaningless and nothing mattered and you just kind of existed and then left and, it was what it was. But now, after doing things like the meditation for so long and sitting in that stillness, some of those answers, they come pretty quick and they come pretty clear. And once they do, and once you're aware of it, it's super hard to ignore.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you said something last break, and it's worth saying out loud is, whether we get into the quantum physics realm or not, being authentic and showing up as your true self and just being whoever you really are. And let it be said that the show 1-800-771-1025 for guys, when we say things like, hey, figure out what you need to figure out, we'll give you support even if you don't know where you need support on. Part of that is like, hey man, who are you and what do you really want? Like just, try to be authentic. But to the point you were making a minute ago about how those downloads will come really, really accelerated, man, if you can look around your life and have authentic gratitude for things in your life in this moment. For me, it's easy because I have kids. So I'm super, super grateful for my kids. But I'm also super, super grateful for like the fact that I have a house and the fact that I have bills and all of it. Like, but to your point, like the energy that you create in that space of gratitude that ultimately, like, I think gives clarity.
Yeah.
You're grateful for all that this is going to be good. You ready?
Yes. In
the search for what we really, really want, having gratitude for what we currently have makes that clearer.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stop right there. The show's over. There we go.
See you later, everybody.
That's it. You just write that down and go with it. In the search for what you really, really want, being grateful for what you currently have, all the answers lie in that.
I love that. Yeah, that is the truth, man.
We should set up a Patreon and the money would just be flooding in right now. Like, oh my God.
We can handle it. I don't even want that much money right now. No,
to the
thank you.
6 people listening right now.